all in the wrist. Watch how I flip. Watch how I whip. I'm in the whip. All in the wrist. I never switch. Ice in the wrist. Car on the wrist. All in the wrist. Watch how I flip. Watch how I whip. I'm in the whip. All in the wrist. I never switch. Ice in the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. But you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
We go! 8 read. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Yeah. Ready? Go 50 extra money. Target. Get it.
Now Jones throwing on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Rush coming, and he he's taken down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check three. Protein spill. And shoot.
Running from the gun, Johnson. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down. But if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Trubisky. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Houston. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, check right. Watching your five.
Throwing Jones. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Zipper.
Here's Johnson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Jones.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. Lambeau to add on the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is taken at about the 14. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time. See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 21-0 our score after 1.
Hey, 18. Hey, we got to get this stuff.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Play action. Now Trubisky. Rolling to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperate.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 1st down, a run with Cohen. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
180! Right there, 40's Mike. Let's go, let's go!
Here's Trubisky to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Trubisky will throw, and that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the route is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Watch the run. Go. On the ball.
To try again after the sack. Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And the catch made by Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now Cohen. And some room to maneuver. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 59 yards for him on the ground. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
180! You can't block me. Red, kill.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
5 yards. 180. Lock in. Under 10. 10. 25. Check 25. Alert. Check 31. Check 31.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
Man, nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a 1st down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. By kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Pull it high. Hey, Echo.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. They try again with Cohen. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down. It's Cohen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
They're going to 88. They're going to 88. Let's go, defense. Our time. Ready?
Here's Jones. Going to throw again. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
Go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
31. Now! Let's get some penetration here. Hey, Delta. Penetration. Hit it.
Jones now from the gun on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
You're online, baby. You're online.
They're going to try and throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Jones operating from the gun. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Johnson on the counter. He can't get him down. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll run it with Johnson, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And it's for pride now, but the Lions do get a bit closer. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Play.
Bears 38, Lions 7.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Switch. Alert.
Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Lambeau on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Bears 48, Lions 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Come on, QB, come on.
Throwing after the interception. Jones flushed out right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
To throw again. Jones. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Complete, it's Johnson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
49-yard line. 55, right there in the middle, 55.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Open man is Galladay, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 37. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Alert, 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 alert.
They stay on the ground with White. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Check. Out. Red, touch. Slam. He's checking. Crash.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. But Charles